Broadcasting from Miami, Florida.
Check this out.
Let's go. Welcome to 25-8 The Culture. On who's hot and who's not. Everything hip-hop. Turn it on, turn it up, get it loud. Here we go. You're now vibing with 25-8 The Culture.
You know what it is, man. It's your boy DJ Pablo McAbee with the big fella. D-Wise in the building. What it do?
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy D-Wise. 25-8 The Culture, the #1 podcast out. We got the best topics out. I guarantee it. It's going to be a great show. Let's get to it.
And the legendary Big Money Boy Lance. What it do, boy?
It's good, family. Glad to be here. Good to see y'all. And as always, drink in one hand, smoke in the other. Let's go.
All right, man. So what's been going on in the world lately? So you remember last week we talked about the baby and his homophobic statement that he made at Rolling Loud, and he received a lot of backlash because of it. You know, I'm not agreeing with the baby at all. You know, I kind of felt like he was in the wrong because his follow-up, he did not, issue an apology, really, And because of that, a lot of other venues that he was going to perform now have canceled him. So, I want to kind of, talk about, do we have freedom of speech anymore in this country? Or if we do have freedom of speech, we need to pay the consequences that come along with it. If I believe in something or don't believe in something, or do want to speak upon something or don't want to speak about something, do I now have to pay the consequences or the repercussions for me not believing or believing in something or supporting something or not supporting something or just speaking freely? Because it seems nowadays it's cancel culture. People are really canceling individuals based on their opinions, their beliefs, or how they view something. And I'm not saying that, everybody out here are perfect people or leading examples, or we should be following somebody as an example. Because, to me, if you're a rapper or a rock star or whatever, doesn't mean like you're my role model. You feel me? I felt like your parent should have taught you what are examples of, role models. You feel me? It's like, if I want to be a rapper out here that wants to slap females and smoke crack and whatever, the society say, oh, now I need to change my life or whatever. Like, this is who I am, and whoever decides to follow me follows me. You feel me? But I want to more talk about cancel culture, not about the baby's actions. You feel me? But people are canceling him at this time.
All right, so check it. Like DJ Pablo McAbee said, they've canceled him out of part of cancel culture. They've canceled him out, I believe, out of 4 other upcoming shows that he was supposed to do. So let's get rid of the narrative. And like I said, whether you agree with his comments or not, whatever, that's not the point. The point is he made something, and what kind of going on is cancel culture getting a little bit out of hand, or what's going on with the whole freedom of speech thing. Freedom of speech has never truly been free. Let's get that out the window. Like, even, when they say it's supposed to be, when you say something, you will always pay the consequences of your words. Now, you may be willing to die on your sword, and that's cool too. Like, you have to be able to say your mind, speak what's on your mind and go from that. Whether emotion, feelings, right or wrong, you feel justified saying it, whatever, go ahead and say it. But you do pay the consequences for saying something. Whether, history shows us, you say something that's against the grain, people are going to come at you. You say something that's with the grain, the people that are against the grain are going to come at you. So just be willing to, basically like die or sacrifice for the words that you're about to say, anything that comes out of your mouth. And you may be justified in what you're saying. So I'm not saying shut the fuck up. I'm completely against that shit. But what I don't like about cancel culture is that you being scared or intimidating to speak what's on your mind. Because even if I'm against it, I'm a proud black man. You feel what I'm saying? If a white person comes in here and starts saying, oh, I don't like black people, and he starts he's saying nigga this, nigga that, and with double G, double GER, and starts saying all that bullshit with me, yes, I'm not gonna like what he's saying. And I might be like, yo, fuck this dude. I don't like this bozo. But I'd rather have his thoughts be out there so I can choose not to support him, not to go along with him, not to ride with him. And, and then I can go speak my mind about this person and say everything without, don't put any handcuffs on me. I'll be free to speak every little bit of how I feel about this person and, in retaliation of his comments. But at least he's not hidden. Because I feel like when you cancel someone too quick, or they have to, if they're really thinking about, maybe I shouldn't say this, you feel what I'm saying? Because I'll get canceled. If you hide their true feelings or, what's in their head, they can get away with certain things and fool you in silence instead of them speaking exactly how they are and what they feel. So that's how I'm coming with it. What's up with you, Lance? How you feel?
Yo, hold on.
Just can't.
Yo, real quick. I don't know if you noticed on Instagram, like people were saying is like, hey, look, we never cancel artists that talk using the, like you said, the N word. We don't cancel artists, using the B word. We don't cancel artists that talk about killing, the community and killing each other. Whoever hires, these artists that come to these venues, they never be like, hey, look, you're talking about killing the community and another brother and 555 and AK-47 and Draco this and whatever like that. That stuff is harmful to the community, even though you have so much talent and you're performing on such a good beat. We can't have that. You feel me? So it's like, where's the cancel culture in that? You feel me?
There's an agenda to cancel culture. You know what I mean? Obviously, there is an agenda to cancel culture. And I'm not going to point out anything. I'm not going to connect the dots for you. All you have to do is turn on the TV, see who's being canceled and see who's not, see what language is acceptable and see what language isn't. And you can start putting the puzzle together right there in front of your face. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let Lance definitely jump in and put his 2 cents on it.
And then one more thing is this.
Boy, let Lance talk. That's all good, man. I can do your thing.
Nah, just one more thing is it's like, yo, we will allow you to destroy yourself and your community, and we won't stop you from doing that. And that's all I wanted to say.
That's definitely a fact. That last one, they'll let us talk shit about ourselves. But this cancel culture shit is corny, like we've said previously, because it's agenda based. It's not based in morality. Like I think any and everybody can get behind a moral issue. Like I don't think I've ever heard anybody say it's wrong. It's okay to touch kids. Like I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. That's a morality thing. But then I have to take that back. There's a whole new movement of pedophilia going on right now. So I take that back. Yo, the cancel culture shit, but even that, it's rooted in an agenda. Like they're trying to push an agenda, so they say certain shit. There was a time where you knew damn well not to ever say nothing was okay as far as touching a kid or taking advantage of a kid. So if you just sit back and pay attention to the agenda they're pushing, when they start trying to cancel people, it'll just be like, oh, yeah, they're pushing the agenda to just get him out the way for something. Because that's all it is. Like I said before, if the HIV community, people infected with HIV had an issue and they were boycotting them, I don't think I would be upset. I don't think I'd be sitting here screaming agenda as much as I would be saying, damn, all right, maybe be more careful in the way in when you say things and make sure you're factually correct. But we know this shit is corny, man. We know there's an agenda behind it. Meg Thee Stallion put out a statement today talking about rap needs to deal with the LGBTQ community and all that. Does anybody else find it a little ironic that Meg Thee Stallion has beef with the baby for the performing with Tory Lanez, and a week within him making this statement and the Alphabet Mafia being after him, she go ahead and say some shit like that? It's too much. It's too much when you can easily line it up and go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this not. I can tell you, I just out to get this brother. So, cancel culture, kiss my ass. Freedom of speech. You free to say whatever the fuck you want to say. That's real. Anybody can say whatever you want to say. The problem now is people don't understand there's consequences to your words and using that freedom of speech. But The problem with cancel culture is they attack you for having an opinion. So cancel culture is trash. This agenda shit is trash. Everybody just need to be focused on doing the right thing and stop worrying about fitting into some agenda to make sure that you get your pass to the secret society. This the baby shit is corny. I'm tired of hearing all these artists come out and say, "Oh, he wrong." And Miley Cyrus, I believe you were in our community not too long ago making our music. I don't think we were sitting here saying we need to educate Miley Cyrus. So this is the typical shit. They did it to Nick Cannon. People all over, football players, athletes saying, "Yo, we should educate you." We don't need no fucking education. Fall the fuck back. Somebody said something, fall back, move the fuck on, and stop trying to make the black man your example for everything. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. We do good shit too. Stop just trying to use us for negativity.
All right, so on the sports news, so we got some NBA trades. What are your thoughts?
Lakers. You're making moves. There's debate if it's the right move. I mean, now you got Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard's there, came back. You got Russell Westbrook. You guys are, making moves. The argument with them is like, or is it wise to go with the Trevor Ariza's another one they signed? Is it wise to put the age, the people, the athletes you're choosing are older? Is that wise? We'll soon find out. We'll see what's up. I will say this: all those guys are. I won't say all of them because that'd be saying too much. But there's basketball. There's something called experience and basketball IQ, and that can happen sometimes. When you got that on your side, it could definitely work. And then you have LeBron James there too as your glue. So that's definitely I can see people rolling the dice when you have LeBron James as your star. So I'll never take away from that. Bulls, you got DeRozan, and then you got Lonzo Ball. I'm not gonna say you're a top. I will never say you're a top contender, but I'm a Bulls fan with us, and I definitely would love to see them back in the playoffs. And I said this before, and it's true. And we have, it's the way the NBA goes. You're always one injury away from what could happen next. So you guys staying healthy. They kind of put you in the saying that in the East, you're looking at the 7th, 6th, 7th seed. Injury could change that, put you guys at the 5th or 4th seed. You never know. So I like that move. These free agents, there's a lot of chess things going on. Damian Lillard, they say he's out there. I don't, we'll see what happens with that one. I will say this. I do like that I see people, Kawhi Leonard sign back with the Clippers, and Ben Simmons, where's he gonna go? I do like this offseason. I do like what's moving around. I really can't call what's about to happen. It's always fun when you there's rumors out there, but you don't know which ones are true. So that always makes for a great offseason. Other than that, can't wait for the season to start off. I know Lance is going to bring other things home, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for basketball, and that's always great.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead with some of what you said because I agree with you 100%, man. I love my Lakers. I love what they did. Melo, man, I said we should have signed Melo 2 years ago. Dwight Howard never should have left. KCP, Kuzma, it was time for them to go, especially Kyle Kuzma. It didn't make no sense to keep Kyle Kuzma over Lonzo Ball or fucking Brandon Ingram. So I'm glad we finally got him out of here. Lonzo Ball, I'm really, really happy for him because it looks like he's headed to a team that's gonna let him be him and do what he does best, and that's run the offense, facilitate up and down the court with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, they fly. So the alley-oops are going to be there. Pick and roll with Vucevic. So I'm really happy for him. The Bulls look a lot better. The Miami Heat. Heat bringing it.
Wow. Damn, I didn't mention anything about the Heat. Yeah, my bad, all the Heat fans.
You know what I'm saying?
My bad, Paulie. So I know you ain't gonna talk about the Heat. My bad.
But you bring in PJ Tucker, Oladipo should be healthy this year. You bring in Kyle Lowry.
You kept Jimmy Butler around, absolutely.
Yep, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So the Bam's still there. So they lost Kendrick Nunn, but you don't really complain about losing role players when you bring in a Kyle Lowry to replace him. What this says to me is that there's a lot of talent in the league, but there's also a lot of people just chasing championships. So I don't exactly know how I feel about that, where it's just like, oh, word, all the vets are running to contenders. But it does speak to the amount of talent that's in the league, because there are a lot of teams where you're going to watch them play this year. You're going to be like, yo, I didn't know this kid was that good. So that's good. It'll showcase the future of the NBA, but it's a Lakers championship either way.
Yeah, I would definitely. I always try to support. I always say you're the king until you get knocked down. So I respect the Bucks, but I will say getting rid of PJ Tucker was something that I did not understand it. Not I won't say get rid of, but keeping him around. That was someone that was like, as a perimeter, a wing defender, and he's a barker, and if he's left wide open, he'll knock down a three. So that's why I was like, I didn't understand not at least giving him a decent 1 year deal, just to keep him to come back. But everything's going crazy. Lakers are looking good. Can't say anything about the Clippers because Kawhi's gonna be hurt. The Bulls, I am excited to see them play because from having Lonzo Ball there and seeing DeRozan and Levine just they both slash. DeRozan's not really that good of a 3-point shooter, but he's definitely a mid-range jumper. So they're both gonna cut because they're both gonna want the ball in the air. They're both gonna bang out, and Lonzo's gonna make them run, and they're gonna enjoy it. And then the coach there, how he's going to set up the system, they're going to play good defense. It's going to be good to see them play. Only reason I brought the Bulls back up because I don't think DeRozan is ring. That wasn't a ring chasing move. That was he got paid, and I don't know how many people would have paid the move, but he understands what's going on there. Like that's to give him some buzz. And if he does something spectacular with that team, I'm not going to call a championship, but if he takes them second round, consider that like a good move. And if they improve, that would be great. Right. I mean, I that's what I see from them. But if they upset, if they tip over the apple cart, we have seen other things. A lot of people, I know I didn't say the Bucks were going to win the whole thing from the jump. No one said that. But because of injuries and stuff like that, if the Bulls stay healthy, they can upset a team. I'm never gonna take that way. I believe they're gonna upset somebody. I don't know who it's gonna be. We're gonna be watching the Bulls and we're like, oh shit, it's coming because they're talented. And even though their guys are a little older, but DeRozan's the only older, like you could say the elder statesman, and he's not that old, and he still runs and guns. And I think it's gonna be excitement. I can't wait to see them play.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
So that's it for the NBA, man. What's next, Maccabee?
All right, so Dr. Dre's oldest daughter claims that she is homeless right now and is living out of a rented SUV while her 3 or 4 kids are staying with close friends. I guess, Dr. Dre was financially taking care of her up till January of 2020 until supposedly she spoke to, tabloids. And I guess since then, he cut her off financially. So, she has no communication with him except through the team and through his business team. So, this is like a kind of crazy situation. It's your daughter. You feel me? You probably will always want to be there for her, but she's also 38 years old. So should she be depending on you financially? And you know what? It seems like he was going above and beyond if you're taking care of somebody to the age of 38, But it's like, it's like that saying, like, if you bite the hand that feeds you, it's like, it's expected that somebody may not want to take care of you anymore, whether it's your mom, your dad, or whatever. But it's like, you are 38 years old. You feel me? Is it Dr. Dre's responsibility at this point? Like, and it's like not even talking about Dr. Dre, like any father or mother or person that is helping you out financially. Because, we know of some certain people's like, hey, they pops or their mom still, may help with their car payment or gave them a lot of money towards their home or whatever like that. You think Dr. Dre is wrong in being, a bitter, upset individual, and he still should be helping his daughter financially just because he's a millionaire.
Lance, you want it first? You want me to go first? Go ahead.
First thing I want to say is a shout out to Dr.Dre. Because the brother seems to have been dealing with a lot more than we were aware of. He had the brain aneurysm, if I'm not mistaken. He's going through the shit with his ex-wife. And hearing that he has a strained relationship with his 38-year-old daughter, I'm pretty sure that's not the greatest thing in the world to deal with. I don't know about the relationship he has with the kids, but those are his 4 grandkids, so I don't think this is easy on him. As far as being financially responsible for a 38-year-old individual with 4 kids, no, I don't think. First of all, nobody's obligated to do shit for you. I think that's the first thing to say. If you have your parents or you have a great circle that comes through for you in the clutch, then you are in a great position and you are blessed. You know what I'm saying? But Dr. Dre is a billionaire, so I can see why people are like, oh, it's your daughter, throw her the money, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what we said about, what's this bitch's name? Kobe Bryant's wife and his mother when they were beefing. It was like, yo, bitch, you got all that money, take care of your mama. But I think mama and daughter's a little different. But when you are dependent on someone, you don't want to be a piece of shit and completely destroy the relationship. And it seems like her going to the tabloids, or there was something that led her to go to the tabloids that really caused a rift in their relationship to make him cut her off. But he's not responsible for her, because I'm sure he wasn't only taking care of her for 6 months. She's 38 years old. I'm sure he's been doing things for her throughout her life where maybe she could have been in a better situation. But to sit here and say that he's obligated to do anything, no. If I was in Dr. Dre's position, depending on what happened, depending on the beef, I don't know that I wouldn't do what he's doing. We have to make sure we know exactly what caused the rift. But at 38 years old and 4 kids, I would hope you got some things going for you, whether or not your billionaire father's in the picture or not. Shout out to the fathers that do come through and hold their kids down, though. Big time, major, super major.
Everything Lance said, I got nothing, like there's no back and forth here. I'm 100% like I'm on his train. You feel what I'm saying? He's a conductor of it, and I guess I'm just the next passenger car connected to it because I agree with it. And listen, everybody's family dynamic is different. So whatever. You being 38, if you were raised around money and you weren't installed with certain things, you were given everything, so be it. Bless the people that can, that their parents can provide for them to that age, whatever. But what you don't do is turn your back on someone that's taking care of you and your children and go talk to the tabloids. I don't give a fuck what the problem was. What happened to going to talk to your parents when shit's wrong? What happened to just even your parents' family? We play this family game like chess instead of doing it with love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, from time to time, the people you love are going to hurt you because no one's perfect. It happens. You know what I'm saying? From time to time, the people you love disappoint you. It happens. It's life. From time to time, even, on purpose or intentionally, people do asshole things, but we have to learn that what happens in that house stays in that house. You feel what I'm saying? We've gotten so far away from that. You know what I mean? There's shit that I would never do. And anybody that's helping somebody, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure the conversation, oh, she's 38, you don't have to, whatever. He was doing it until there was a little situation. So obviously, if they were okay with it, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to jump in here and be like, how the fuck you 38, blah, blah, blah. That was your business, right? And you were doing it and no one knew until you did this. Now everyone knows your business. If you just didn't do this, who gives a fuck? You were taken care of. And then when you did this harsh thing, because it shows, disloyalty and distrust, were you thinking about your kids then? Were you thinking about what could happen then? Like all the shit that happens with family, like you really got to put everything together. Was going to the tabloids worth it? And I don't know what it is. And from how the tabloids is reading, it didn't seem like it was some like way fucked up shit either to go to the tabloids for. But you know, right now he's the target, putting shit on Dr. Dre. You know, he's going through his divorce. You know, he had the brain aneurysm like he was talking about. He you know, all this other shit. Let's put, you got something else on Dr. Dre? Let's put more salt and pepper on that steak. You were being used. And then that's the fucked up part. You're being used and then you're being used against your family. Man, let's get back to loyalty and love, yo. Real talk. You feel what I'm saying? Right. I would be hurt. And then if this did, Drake, we're talking like, you know, it's crazy. This just could have been a quick thing. Maybe he stopped doing it just so, because you know what, I said it before we started. I'm like, yo, niggas got feelings too. You feel what I'm saying? He could have just did this to be like, yo, I'm fucked up right now that you did this to me. That shit hurts. So he just took away that. At the end of the day, I know you don't want your, you know, you probably don't want your grandkids to hurt. You don't want your daughter to hurt. Obviously, you were taking care of her for 30 years. So there's some type of relationship and connection there. But maybe that quick little things like, yo, that hurt. Yo, I want you to feel my pain. Because at the end of the day, he could like do that and everything goes back to normal with the snap of his fingers. You feel what I'm saying? But like, yo, I just don't like that, man. Like, yo, this, and I'm talking about family that's there. Fuck the 12th, 15th cousin that you see every once in a blue moon, and talk about, you know, you grew up with these people type family. Like, we need to stay on point with that shit, yo.
Real quick, you know, I've seen a lot of, you know, cousins and relatives to famous people, and they always love to say like, well, so-and-so doesn't do anything for us. I'm like, yo, when I be saying stuff like that, I'm like, who says they're obligated to you just because they're your second cousin or third cousin, or just because they have some certain type of fame? I see that shit all the time, you know? And I kind of feel like it's wrong for people to feel like they're entitled to your success or your wealth or whatever, because like they didn't work for it or put in the work, you know? And this situation, you know, if it was probably me, you know, I'll probably be like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of your life. You feel me? Like, you know, probably, you know, buy you one property and, you know, set up a trust that is going to, you know, issue you like maybe $4,000 a month or $5,000 a month for the rest of your life or whatever like that. But then I'm gonna have nothing to do with you. And then I'll be like, and I would hope that you would be like, damn, like, I hurt my father so much and put him through so much pain, and still at the end of the day he wanted to make sure that I was good, even though like I severed that relationship with him. You feel me? And I hope that, you know, like you would want that relationship more than just financial money, because it's like, all right, she went to the tabloid the first time. Why is she going right now to the second time to publicize that she's homeless? Why? To make him look bad because he has money and could financially still take care of you? Like, it should have been as like, damn, like I messed this up and you need to figure out your life because you're a 38-year-old and you probably should have, you know, used any benefits of being Dr. Dre's daughter to financially start a business or to do something or whatever like that. But still, you found the point to, you know, to say that, hey, that you're homeless, you're living out of your car, that she's doing, I believe, DoorDash and working an assembly line for $15 an hour. So it's like, you know, whether the tabloids were able to get that information or she volunteered that information after the fallout, it's still saying that you're still trying to either shame somebody, which I feel like he shouldn't be ashamed, because it's like, man, after 18, 38 is still an additional 20 years you've been helping out. That's a good track record to me. You feel me? I don't care if you have $1 in your bank account or you're a billionaire. You feel me? We've seen and hear stories about billionaires and millionaire individuals that their father didn't give them nothing, but like, you know, like maybe a loan that they had to pay back to build their own success or whatever like that. So just because you come from money doesn't mean like you're just gonna get hand-me-outs and a silver spoon and all of this stuff. So I kind of feel like, you know, just because you got it doesn't mean like you need to or you're obligated to. And one thing I want to do to end this topic was what Jay-Z said in the song, nobody wins when the family feuds. Yo, when the family feuds, people just want to throw dirt and it's this person's fault. and things didn't work out because of this person, and nobody wants to take the blame for anything instead of working together. So nobody wins when the family feuds.
Yeah, nah, that well said. And I'll just to put a little something else on that, and then I'll be done. Like, when people are successful and they have the means to make it happen, if you truly respect them, you wouldn't just like, there's a difference between asking and going for a handout. You feel what I'm saying? If you're always just, oh, can I, your hands are open and you never have anything to bring to that table, I can see that being very aggravating and you don't really respect the person other than they're just a piggy bank for you. But if you legitly have a legit business plan, a legit opportunity, you've done paperwork, you hit this person with actual research and actual things. And, you know, and even if it's like, hey, listen, I'm trying to, you know, a loan will get me this is what it is, I'll pay it back. Like an actual breakdown. I haven't heard a lot of people that even say, oh, they didn't help me for anything. Be like, I had a great business plan. I had this, I had that. But I had all this set up. All he had to do was, you know, give me X, Y, Z, and then I would have got my business underway. I've never really heard anyone complain about that. I just heard people basically sitting on their ass saying he ain't never helped me with anything, but you never even helped yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've never, out of all the people they say that the celebrity or the person that money, they ain't shit, I've never heard him say, I brought this to the table and they just blew me away. I haven't heard it. Anybody else ever heard that? I never heard that side of the story. So that means you never respected the person. And I'm telling you, like, people, they're successful people and families, like, if you legitimately step to them the right way, I respect, even if you love them or not, I'm like, here, they're, oh, okay. Even if a certain advice, like, hey, listen, don't do that. I tweak this and go here with it. You know, that could have been $1 million advice right there, or, you know, whatever. But I've never heard anyone say I took a business plan to this piece of shit and he rejected me. I never heard nothing like that ever.
On to the next topic. So I think it was the biggest news of this week, especially all over IG, man. You feel me? The Locks versus Dipset. Yo, man. So, all right, let's just talk about some history, dog. Everybody know Dipset, trendsetters. You know, they were a phenomenon group of their era. And you know, they got their hits, but like, I don't know if anybody saw this coming. Like, everybody know Jadakiss got them bars. You feel me?
Hold on. Before you go into this, who y'all had winning this? Let's get this out on the table now.
All right, so personally, I had Jadakiss off rip, man, because Jadakiss, you know, he got them bars off rip. And you know, I kind of, you know, was thinking that he was gonna play some of them songs like Honey and this and that and whatever, then, you know, D Block and all the whatever. But Dipset, they got them tracks too, you feel me? So I was like, but I was leaning more to Jadakiss, to be honest, but I did not see it going the way that it went. You know, I'm there holding my phone, watching the live, like, oh. People were hearing the feed to me, like, oh, nigga, watch this. I'm like, oh. I'm like, I'm watching it. Like, you feel me? And I think the memes after the fact were even more funnier than the battle. But I'm going to say some more shit, but y'all niggas go.
All right, so he asked the question, who'd you have winning this? And I'm going to be 100% honest. Like, the group-wise, because of the hits they did together and stuff like that, I was like, Dipset, because I remember I could name, there was way more of them in the Dipset group. So I was like, you know, besides everyone knows about, you know, Joel Santana and, you know what I'm saying, and Cameron and the Capo, you feel what I'm saying, Jim Jones, but there was way more other people in there. So I said group-wise, you know, I could throw the Hellrell in there and, you know, J.R. Wright, the other people in there. So group-wise, the better group, I was like this, the best artist that was on that stage in my mind was Jadakiss. This is my personal thing. So I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be a good one. I might have leaned towards, because until I heard, you know, Super Gangster Extraordinary Gentleman, that's when I'll be like, yo, Styles P is a fucking animal too. Sheik Luke, I'm not going to act like, yo, man, Sheik Luke is my favorite guy. And nothing against him. He got bars, but that's just like, I'm not listening to Sheik Luke individually, like, oh yeah, you know, I can't wait for this new thing, whatever. So that's just being realistic. But the murder that happened that night, and I'm keeping real, like, yo, Dipset, like, and niggas make fun of me, I don't give a fuck though, but fucking Cameron had a nigga try, you know what I'm saying, have pink in his outfit, you know what I mean, get a pink fitted on, you know what I'm saying, with a little black and pink t-shirt, like, yo, man, it's like, all right, let me see how you wearing this pink thing could do, all because of the influence of Dipset. Nigga, the Joel Santana had niggas buy hats that were 2 sizes, 3 sizes too big, so when they can go over the head and they can talk like that. That's the influence that they have. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, Jim Jones had everyone calling everyone Capo, the influence of Dipset. So I was like, you know what? The fan base alone might push Dipset further than what it is. But then Jadakiss came, Luke's came, Styles Brigade. Jadakiss wasn't hearing none of that shit. Yeah. It was a massacre. It wasn't even close to me. Even every time they put a hit, what he would say afterwards before he stood up to do his song was just like, I enjoyed it, but boy, the Locks put work in. They damaged that, yo. And I'm gonna let Lance speak because I know he's gonna have a lot to say. But yo,
they had that
watching it again. If you was a Dipset fan or you thought that Dipset was gonna win, every time you watch it, every time I watch a highlight, I lose a little bit more respect for Dipset. So I just stopped watching it because I kind of didn't want them to. But yeah, it hurts.
It's kind of funny. I feel like I saw a completely different battle than everybody else in the world. Dipset won this battle.
Yay!
And it wasn't close.
Yay!
I mean, I know what you're gonna say. Because the Locks, they were a side dish, but this side dish was like the candy yams. It was better than all the rest of the shit. You feel me?
Nah, man. Dipset, the first Dipset won the first 7 songs. So I don't know how the Locks win anything when they're down 7.
On whose scorecard? Your scorecard?
On my scorecard.
Yeah, this is all about Lance.
Yeah, I watched. I sat there and I watched them niggas be late. I choke my shit about how niggas ain't never on time the shit. So I was watching the whole thing, and I got the track. I got the track list and all that. When they came out with the fuck you to Locks, yo, that shit is a banger. But it's not better than Dipset. I'm ready. So I like let's not do this, people, because crunk music is better than Banned from TV. Cameron Suck It or Not with Wayne is better than DMX featuring the Locks. Niggas that started something. Because on those records, it's DMX that's bringing home the bacon. So how you gonna be Suck It or Not from Cam and mixtape Wayne? So we gonna act like Wayne wasn't on Super and Fuego when they put that record out? Like Cam, when that record didn't drop, Cam was like, yeah, we here, niggas, what's up? He didn't have everybody rocking. It was ridiculous. Dipset says Santana's Town is better than D Block. Are we serious? Are we gonna forget what Santana's Town is?
Okay, look, I agree with you when we talk about it like this. I'm like, nigga, Santana Town was the shit, because you're going back to like a memory and to a date and time. But we're talking about stage performance. We're talking about presence. Yo, you cannot say that Jadakiss didn't bully and run the show. Even those songs may or are better than the songs that he personally has. Because I really agree with you on that. But you couldn't say that Jadakiss did not run the show, dominated, bullied, acted like he was really the real New Yorker, that, I stay here, live in New York, I don't live in Connecticut or somewhere else. How these niggas is lip syncing, and everybody knows the person that has the best bars from Dipset is Joel Santana. And then Joel Santana is nowhere near Jadakiss. Jadakiss could easily be in anybody's top 10 as a lyricist,
Yeah, but
if we're talking about culture and hit records, I'm gonna tell you Dipset all day.
But even with that, listen, DMX, and just that one comparison, that's the one that hit me the most. And everything else, different songs mean different things to different people, whatever. But you said, what DMX, you said was right on DMX coattails. The presentation of it, X ain't here no more, them rocking to that song, that's a memory right there. I can't judge that. If we're going song for song, that's all of that song versus all of that song. And that song with X and him not even being here no more, and just you having that, man, rest in peace, X, and then boom, right? It was like he said, the stage performance, the energy of it, the momentum of it, how they chose what they chose. The Locks came with it.
I agree 100%. Jada came out there and looked like Michael Jordan against the Boston Celtics when he put up 63 points. But the part that everybody skips over in that story is that he put up 63 points in a loss. Dipset whooped that ass, and I don't care how great the performance was. Verzuz is about song for song. We didn't sit here and go, yo, Snoop Dogg is a hell of a performer, so that's going to give him a shot. It was like, fuck no, that nigga DMX song is better. And he was out there and he knew his words. Well, since when did we start saying, oh, they perform their records better, so that means the song is better? Because Joel Santana looked terrible. Jim Jones, you look terrible. I agree. It was not good to have the record in the background, 100%. But it's the song, man. Like we didn't sit here and say Gucci beat Jeezy because Gucci performed better, or because Gucci was ready to take it to Super G level on him, and this his dead partners in them. Dipset's music was better. What Jadakiss did out there was put up 63 points in the loss. The Boston Celtics won the game. They won the series. But the only thing people talk about is the 63-point performance. And that's what Jadakiss gave us.
Okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way so you can understand where I'm coming from. Take away the nostalgia of what Dipset is and what we've known in the songs we play with. You're a person. And let's put everything on the table. You've never heard of Dipset. You've never heard of the Locks. You hear from your uncle, pop, whoever, yo, these guys, both did the thing for New York. You need to come watch this shit. So you're just a student of it. But you never heard of them. You're being introduced to them. That day on that night, if you watched that, you would be 100% disappointed with Dipset and you would start rocking with the Locks. Coming from that mindset alone. Now, if you go through the history of, oh man, this is what's going on, this song, if you knew, because you have knowledge of it, you know what I'm saying? You're in the game, you know what was up. But everything adds up when we're looking at you perform as well. So if I don't know who Dipset is and I don't know who the Locks are, and this was my first introduction to them, you're not choosing Dipset.
That I'll say alone. Yeah, but peep game. Now, what if somebody's first introduction with basketball was LeBron James against the Dallas Mavericks? And he kept holding on to that one series against the Dallas Mavericks. All these years later, you look kind of crazy because it was really just he was outperformed that series. That's all D-Block did.
But
D-Block showed what.
Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say D-Block just showed the value of taking care of yourself, what true artistry and performances. But song for song, they did not win. They could not win.
Even if you tilted to you like the Dipset song better, like you can't say the songs this is the other way they do it. The songs that they got them to, I'm not gonna act like, well, this song to that song, that Locks version is so much trash to that. You might have favored that, the Dipset song was better, but it wasn't a landslide song for song. There might be a couple songs that you prefer that, and I get that. That's part of the game. But I don't think they got slaughtered by your opinion. And you put everything else, if you're a close second to something like that, and you put everything else together, the overall's got to count on that.
No, not really. Them Harlem niggas, man. Yo, them Harlem niggas came out there to look good.
Oh,
meet
man.
Icy, and hang out. Yo, if you put them tracks side by side, man, like you said, fuck that concert. If you were just sitting in the room and never heard no music and you had to play those songs next to each other, there's no way you pick.
But that's a different thing, though. You feel what I'm saying? That's different. That's a different setup. No, you said if I was in a room and I'm listening to, I don't see anything else, I listen to it side by side, that's a different competition. That's something we can talk about, and then I can start leading on your side. But I'm talking about if I'm a student and I've seen the Locks first. This is the first time I've ever seen the Locks. First time I've ever seen Dipset. Everything plays into it. I'm like, yo, that is trash. Yo, that is good. Wow, this guy's bullying them. Their songs that they're putting out are good. They're on point. You're gonna look at everything that's happening right then and there. Now, going back and studying and sit down and putting your headphones in and not seeing anything and listening to track, I can see a different opinion. That I'll rock with. But on that day, on that night, on that stage, they say all you have to do is have your best game if you have your best game in the Super Bowl and you win the Super Bowl, you're a legend forever. You could have a trash season, but if you came out there and killed the Super Bowl, it's about, did you do what you were supposed to do at your best moment, at the best time, at the hardest point of your career? You feel what I'm saying? Did you do that? You might be able to be like, hey, he only did it once, but he got him a championship. So if Locks don't do anything else, that day, that night, they got the ring.
Jordan 63, but lost the series.
Oh my God. All right, man.
Yo, real quick, I agree with Lance to a certain degree, like you said. About bumping a Dipset album is like, you feel me? Santana Town, all those hit songs, the culture, the way they dress or whatever is like, because I'm not gonna lie, it's not like I'd be like, hey, let me go bump a Jadakiss album. But I know when it comes to bars and stuff like that nigga, he's the shit when it comes to that. You feel me?
Facts.
And I kind of felt like he dominated the show. He bullied them. He was talking about this is New York, the mecca of hip hop, and this is how it's supposed to go. Since those niggas messed up with the music, he's like, look, these niggas is lip syncing. It's like that was all into his favor and benefit, and it only made them look stupid. And I kind of felt like even they felt kind of stupid. You feel me? Like,
because the energy didn't go back and forth. Because I'm used to them niggas talking hella shit back, and the fact that they were quiet, I think they felt that pressure that he was putting on them.
And then it's like it's like, yo, they know that they're trendsetters, that they're not lyricists. You feel me? Like, yo, Cam got some bars. You feel me?
I will not ever. I gotta stop you. I will never say Joel's is not a lyricist. That's crazy. Like he Joel's has said some shit that he is one of those old school MCs that be like, whoa, say that. Like he done put some things together. Like I won't take that away from Joel's. You might want to say Jim Jones now, or if you could debate Cameron, but Joel's is a beast, yo. He's always been lyric. Yeah, Joel's is a beast, man.
Joel's is the most lyricist out of the group. But like compared to Jadakiss, like he's in a top 10 caliber, and I feel like a lot of people will agree. But the internet rules that Jadakiss was like Jadakiss versus everybody. To the point, like,
they put a lot of. He was. You know what I'm saying? He was Tom Brady in the weak offense. Like, he took it.
I don't think I've seen one Dipset meme out there say like, yo, Dipset really won. Y'all people on that bullshit. I think I have that.
Yeah, real talk. Breaking news. Lance is the first person out there that says Dipset won. And I know you don't give a fuck about standing on your own sword. You'll do it, but you are legitimately the first person out there. So this is the breaking news moment for y'all. You know what I mean?
Yo, bro, I was watching this shit live, and I'm sitting here watching this shit with my man, and I'm like, yo, Dipset's up 1-0. Dipset's up 2-0. Dipset's up 5-0. My man looking at me like, you sure, my nigga? I said, yo, you listening to these records, nigga? I said, Dipset is smoking these niggas.
You had to get super close and lip sync to hear what was going on with Dipset. Like,
yo, it was just Joel's got drug problems. He's not the same guy no more.
It seemed like all of them aren't the same people no more.
Nah, Cam was good though. Cam was rapping without the words on some of his tracks.
But we've seen Cam's energy. I've seen Cameron be Cameron. I've seen when they hit the stage, like him or love him, like, oh, Dipset here. I've seen that. I didn't get that from the, the verses. You feel what I'm saying? I did it.
Let me ask you, which song is better? We Gonna Make It or I Really Mean It?
I really mean it.
Come on, man.
But I'm saying, like, but even if you favor, We Gonna Make It, I Really Mean It is raw too. So don't act like that's a basement song versus a gold medal. If it was golden, it might be gold versus silver, but I just don't think that's like, yo, that shit's in the basement. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a basement song. It's not. If you feel like Dipset song's better, I could give you that. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be like, comparison, like, yo, they murdered them. That's a good song. And don't act like you never played that shit. I know you have.
Dipset shish kebab these niggas, yo.
Man.
I said it first.
You did. And then you might say it last too. But you did say it first. I'll never take it away from you.
Facts, yo. I don't care what nobody say, man. My niggas could have performed better. But nah, they definitely won that battle. And the only battle that made me more upset than this one was the people saying that Little John beat T-Pain. That's the only battle that got me more take than this one.
I mean, I didn't see it, but I'm gonna go for T-Pain. You feel me?
T-Pain cooked Little John.
T-Pain's new song, like, yo, she don't want to drink, she want her bills paid or some shit. He got a new song out right now. I'm like, yo, that's a good line. You feel me? Like, you at the bar, like, yo, you want to drink? Like, no, I want my bills paid. Oh, she wants her rent paid. That's a line. All right, man.
Wrap it up, Maccabee.
Yeah, so we wrapping it up, man. Yo, you know what it is, man. You effing with the livest podcast out, man. 25-8 The Culture. You rocking with your boy D-Wise from the big fellas. You already know him, the legendary Big Money Boy Lance, man. Bitcoins don't check DMs. Make it stack your money up. Be positive. Let's ride out. Rah!
D-Wise out. The big fella in the building. D-Wise all day, every day. 25-8 The Culture. Shit, if you're not watching us, why are you even watching podcasts? You feel me? Feel it. The best energy, the best raw. We is Jadakiss when it comes to this podcast shit. We pulling in everybody. I guarantee it. All right, yo. Appreciate all y'all fans. Appreciate all the subscribers. We keep giving you the raw shit. I listen to all the emails we get, all the comments we get. I read them. You feel what I'm saying? All the messages. I appreciate all the love. Much respect to y'all. You know what I mean? One.
Yo, Lance Draper, don't forget to check the sponsors, the Big Money Boys, Nobody Podcast. Like my Henny. I'm out. And Dipset definitely won that Verzuz.
Yeah. Yo, cut it.
Yo,
I want to hear it.
Yo, like, look. Hold on.
Oh, man. I got the last words. All right, man. What we doing now?